technical difficulties in like months. So I mean, I'll take, I suppose you got to take the good with the bad.
Could have watched the LCS address this time. Oh, actually, no, I couldn't. Why is this video?
I'm just gonna put everybody's name tags down here. Boom, boom, boom. Tiggy.
13 minutes?
That's all right. We'll sum it up for you.
Yeah, I ain't watching that. Give me a TLDR.
That's why I gave it to you guys a fucking hour ago.
Congrats.
Yeah,
I was
13-minute update?
Dude,
What?
all I'm saying is
We already know the game.
I was in raid.
I would have been in raid. I forgot that we were doing this tonight, and I have all day been like, I'm going to go home and play Tarkov. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to not sleep very much tonight because I'm still playing Tarkov after this.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
mean Call of Duty rank play?
Yep, Tarkov, Call of Duty rank play. Same 1-to-1 comparison.
I still have not even bought Call of Duty.
Yeah. You probably
It
saved
was on
yourself
sale for $45, and I still just couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Just too. I mean, I like Call of Duty. It's just I just don't have the time. If I'm gonna play something, I'm gonna play Tarkov or League because I'm finally in bronze, baby.
There we go. There we go.
I'm thinking about starting off
Finally.
my league jungle career. I'm gonna start jungling.
That's what I play.
All right, so I'll
There
play.
you go.
I don't know. I'm just like I was telling Tiggy this earlier, but
You could play jungle though. Like
I mean, I feel like I need to play jungle or like support or something that's gonna let me see more of the map because I've only played ADC and
ADC sucks.
it's like I feel like I don't see
It's
any
not
of the
fun.
map until it's like too late, and then
You also don't see like any of the fun characters at all.
Right.
Ever.
Q with the resub,
There's
54
no
months. You are a
fun.
fucking sexy Scottish legend.
Anyone
true.
that says there's a fun 80 carry champion in League of Legends right now is lying to you. It's
Yeah.
not fun. Not a fun role at all. Unless you play an off meta role down there.
Totally. No, I'm right there with you. And like, honestly, for me, like, I just feel like I don't know enough about what's going on in like other areas of the map. So for me, like, I want to get better at the game, but I don't know what I don't know. And like, it's tough to understand like what's happening around me. And I think that impacts what I actually do like during the game. So, but if I can play like support or jungle or something where I can roam a little bit
Right.
more, I think that'll help me to get a better perspective on like what other characters are doing and roles are doing and stuff like that. So we'll see. But yeah, and we played like Pokemon Unite, and like I know it's a different game and it's obviously much easier, but like I had so much fun jungling in that game because I liked that there was like some pathing to it, and like you have like a routine you can get down, and like that really impacts the way you play the game, and you can really
You will like jungle then. Because
Yeah.
it is very like you can make it very rigid if you play the right champion, but you also like I play Volibear, who's not like that like meta of a champion, but I just love Volibear and Ornn. They're like my two favorite characters. So
yeah
I just play Volibear jungle and just dive in as a giant freaking ice bear.
yeah I love it.
Except I wear the tiger skin.
Is
So
Warwick
I'm a
a
tiger.
jungle too?
Yes.
Okay, because he was cool as
Well,
fucking in
he's good.
Arcane, so I want to. He was like, wasn't he in Arcane for like
Dude.
5 minutes?
The last like
Yeah,
45
spoilers.
seconds of the entire.
I don't know that.
I mean, not really. They came out and openly said that it was going to be Warwick.
Yeah, but it's fucking awesome.
Is the teaser Mundo? I mean, I know it's
It might be.
Singed,
Yeah.
but like, is that Mundo above him?
It might
Ooh,
be.
might be.
That could be.
I mean, they could do anything. They could do anything with any of those characters that like revolve around Singed.
There needs to be more. I need more lore from them.
I need more
Because
Arcane.
Dude, they should.
So cool.
They should, in
So many
reality,
cool characters.
they should release like 2 seasons like throughout the year, just in different locations. Like, if they want to focus on Piltover and Zon, cool, that's one whole series, and then do another in like fucking I don't know, another place.
Wild.
Somewhere
Lands.
else. Demacia! Demacia! Pew, 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 pew.
I would gladly trade the number of Star Wars shows we get every year for
Yes.
that many shows if they were all just Arcane style Riot shit.
As somebody
I would
that
gladly take the budget away from Star Wars and put it there.
it would be better. It would be better suited.
If I could solve the world's issues, this is on the top of my list.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
solved my department's issues today and gave them a few more, and I'm off tomorrow, baby.
Bang.
Let's
Woohoo!
go.
I don't think we talked about the League of Legends cinematic either last week. I don't think it was out yet.
I haven't watched it.
Maybe it was.
It's better than the last 2 years.
Miller, don't look
I would
directly
say.
into the spotlight, dude.
Or wait, wasn't 2 years the call?
He's gonna fucking blind
Okay, the
himself.
call is.
I hear the
don't
call's
know.
good.
Last year sucked. The call is great. The
All right,
call
I'm
might
gonna
be
hit
the best
record.
one.
All right, let me do some intros and we can talk about League. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we have yet another back-to-back episode featuring Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game. Bob had a little tummy ache for like 2 months, so now we're doing Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game repeatedly because Coleman was asking for it. We said we were going to do it. We didn't do it for a little while, but it's a new year, new Bob, new immune system, new, so we're here. We're also going to be talking about some LCS updates. We're going to be talking about some other stuff that we were literally just talking about it, but I blanked. It's been a long day. But listen, we're here. It's Friday Junior, Friday Eve, if you will. I'm cracking a cold one. Got a little Treehouse beer here. You can't just get these. You can't just get these anyway. They don't even have these at liquor stores. So that's how you know how special of a Thursday this is. I'm fired up. I had half a sugar-free Red Bull and 2 beers already, so you already know what it is. It's whatever episode it is of Not Another Gaming Podcast, and we're coming right the fuck at your neck right now.
I don't drink anymore. Remove it.
Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. Your boy Papa Don. We're back live, direct, and handsome. And you know what it is, man. We're back. It's Friday Eve, Friday Junior. Just like we always do. We're here with the most sensual, the most riveting, the most sensational gaming podcast ever invented. And of course, could not do this without my beautiful co-host. First up, top 60 in the world, Gears of War 2 wingman, a man who has never, and I do mean ever, he has never used any of his senses, taste, touch, see, smell, hear, to consume any sort of anime-related content. Never once, not never, not now, not ever. He'll never do it. The only person alive who uses more dude wipes than I do. Dr. Bob, how are you, sir?
Dude Wipes, sponsor us. I'm tired of free advertisement. Just fucking do it. All right? There isn't a single product on the planet that I use more other than Dude Wipes and my bidet. Okay? That should tell you a lot about me. Yeah, of course. Listen, there's a system to it.
One doesn't just do the job.
No, there's a system. Bidet, dry wipe, bidet, wet wipe, dry wipe for check. Spot check with a dry wipe. Every time.
Guy's got a
100% success rate.
The
I
man's
think I could go to the moon and back in that time.
100%.
Now, look,
A lot of time.
look, when you're operating on a bowl as much as I am, you got to have a system to it. And I have a system and it's locked down. But I'm doing okay. I get a couple of nice long weekends ahead of me. I took some long weekends, saved the day in my department today, left them with even more fucking problems as I was walking out the door.
Yep.
Feels good. I'm not solving anything else. Have my Sherlock Holmes cap on today. 4:30 rolls around.
Detective
took it right
Bob.
off.
You've
Took
heard
it
of
right off.
you've heard of Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
This is Detective Bob.
Most
And
movies that make that happen.
Buffalo Wing and Buffalo Bills connoisseur, holder of the world record for the most southern accent that we've had yet on the podcast, founder of the Potty Chat blog, gaming blogger, streamer, content creator, and now officially a recurring guest, Unfiltered Nerd. What's up, baby?
What's up? I'm officially, I think, not sick as of today. I've been sick since last Tuesday.
Big week for the immune systems.
That feels nice.
Nice.
my New Year's resolution of eating healthy has been fucked by like everything
Hell yeah.
having to do with getting sick. So that's
Bro,
good.
same. Literally being sick New Year's Day till like last week. Fuck
No
that all
shot.
up.
Yeah, that was the
Like,
same
I
with
started my first week of work with salads, and then I've gone out to eat every single day
Hell
just
yeah.
because I've been like, I'm sick. I'm not dealing with the
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I'm not eating a salad.
hell yeah.
So not definitely degenerating again in 2024. But yeah,
Degeneration X, you know.
Fuck it.
uh,
Fucking suck it.
So that was kind of me, but except same thing with me, except it was my son being sick from like the week of New Year's up until now, and not a diet but dry January. I was like considering it leading into New Year's. I was considering taking dry January, giving dry January a try, and then my son had RSV into a stomach bug into an ear infection, and he's like just now, literally today, just stopped taking the amoxicillin that he was on. So cocktails have been had, beers have been drank, liquid lunches have been taken because so
it's my opinion that we're gonna look back like in a couple of years on the year that everyone tried to do dry January, because this I don't feel like has been for very long, but this year it's like mega huge.
yeah it is.
We're gonna look back on this year and be like, remember when everyone decided they weren't gonna drink for a whole month?
Yeah.
What idiots were they?
Yeah, fucking dumbasses. I literally.
That's my opinion.
It's funny because like last year, I feel like it peaked because there was a lot of new like non-alcoholic beers and stuff like that. So people were like, "Oh, I'll drink like Sam Adams Just a Haze," or like the Athletic. I think Athletic is the name of the brewery that does like the NA beers and stuff. Like they really peaked last January was the big one, and then this year it's like anytime I see anybody post anything about it, it's like making fun of it. It's like Friday Beers had a video where it was like the one guy who like needs to remind you he's doing dry January. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna go for lunch." Or whatever, and he's like, "Nah, guys, I'm on dry January," and they're like, "But we weren't gonna drink. We're just gonna go get some burgers or something and come back." He's like, "Ah, I can't, dry January. Got to, whatever." And it's just unreal. Or they're like, "Yeah, we'll go to breakfast." He's like, "Yeah, I can't, dry January." But of course, cannot forget the man in the top right box here. If you hear a bald eagle screaming and fireworks popping off while you're loading into Silver Q in League of Legends, then you know that this man is coming for that ass, and he's most likely queued up as Jaime, Uncle Sam's very own representative in Silver Q, amateur golf phenomenon, the Pedro Sanchez of military-based softball, the Silver Server himself, Tiggy Nation. How are you, sir?
That was fantastic. I'm feeling great, Dom. I'm feeling great. I actually just came from the range. Speaking of that, I got some set of new irons back there, in the backdrop, and I was hitting them, decently pure for the most part. I had to, change my mindset a little bit after the crushing loss the Buffalo Bills gave the Steelers last weekend. So
we can talk about that in the weekend recap.
I didn't know you were a Steelers fan.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a
all
Pittsburgh
right.
guy.
I mean, there's many, Pittsburgh Yinzers, Permane brothers, French fries on sandwiches. That's
Can we
what
get
I do.
do you have a terrible towel that you can like put a sad face on and like wave really slowly?
I definitely have a towel somewhere.
Like that video of
By
the
my
Eagles fan where he's like crying and he's like, "Fly, Eagles, fly," and he's like making the thing flap. I need you to do that, but like
Do
with the
that.
terrible towel and just be like,
It would be more sad if we had TJ Watt. We can always leave that up to the asterisks. We didn't have TJ Watt, our best player. Now Steelers record total was 1-11 without TJ Watt. So, I don't really think we gave ourselves a true chance without TJ Watt. So.
I mean, my opinion, you guys overachieved. No one really thought you were going to be where you in the playoffs. You played the Bills, who, even though they got the 2 seed, really have looked like shit at many times this year. I didn't look over it. I thought it was going to be a close game. At one point in the fourth quarter, it was too close of a game. But Khalil Shakir is that man. It's crazy how when Gabe Davis isn't in the game, Josh Allen doesn't throw interceptions. And we got Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes playing his first road playoff game ever. Did you guys know that? That is insane.
Dude, the
That is
craziest part of that
insane.
is his brother is going to be flossing on the sidelines, so he's going to be even more distracted.
Taylor Swift's going to be in the freaking
Exactly.
snow. Hopefully they don't even give her a box.
Dude,
They never
It's going
give
to
her-
be Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes' brother flossing on the sidelines. doing TikToks together.
Nerd,
But we get them in Buffalo in the playoffs for the first time. We haven't. I don't think we've even played them in Buffalo with Patrick Mahomes as the
Ever.
quarterback.
No, I don't
And
think you have.
this
No.
week, listen, I'm not. They are the Chiefs, and we are the Bills, and we know how that goes. But please, dear God,
Dude.
let it please be the game that we win. And then, I mean, the Ravens and the Texans are scary, so it doesn't really matter. But if like we're 2 games away, first ever Super Bowl
Yeah.
ever. Like you guys have too many. Both of you guys have too many.
Listen,
Steelers and Patriots.
We're sitting.
You
we
wish
have
you could
another.
experience the first. The first
We
was
have-
before you were born.
Yeah.
We have another 3 decades before we get back to the playoffs.
Sorry.
So
No, by the time my son is old enough to care about sports, we'll be close, I think.
maybe.
Nerd,
Maybe.
your Twitter during Bills games is so fucking funny because you're literally the embodiment of that meme where it's like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch my favorite team play.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill myself, and then nice, we won. That's you, dude. That like,
Dude, I mean, but this
That
year,
is your
other than
Twitter.
every other year, that has never been more true than this
Yeah.
year. We have looked like the worst team in the league in that Broncos game, and then we've crushed the Cowboys, who are
Yeah.
frauds. But
right.
and then we had the Eagles game where we went to overtime, and that was the last game they were good. So
Dude,
it's just
Every time it's
we
like,
also seem to lose the best game of every year. Like last year, we lost in overtime to the Vikings, and then this year we lost in overtime to the Eagles, and arguably that's the best like game out of all the games this year.
yeah.
So
No, anytime it's like 1:00 on a Sunday, or like 1:45 or something, it's like first quarter's winding down, and Nerd's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm never gonna be happy again. Nobody fucking talk to me at work tomorrow, or like in the rare Bills loss, you were like, somebody in my office just tried to look at me, and I'm gonna fucking quit. I'm just gonna quit right now. Everybody just looks at me with like a sad face because the Bills lost. I'm quitting.
dude, I live like
laughing.
nowhere near like anyone that really should hate Buffalo, and you would not understand how many times I get told "fuck the Bills." Like it blows my mind. Like we're good finally, and everyone's just like "fuck you," and we haven't been good
Yeah.
for like 23 years.
We
Like
it's wild
it's
because
just like what the fuck.
we went to God, I gotta remember I definitely told you this story before, but like, so there's a Bills bar in Boston. It's right across from my office, and it's a great place, awesome place to drink, regardless, like, or just to go for any time. But on Sundays they're a Bills bar, and they serve Labatt Blue. They like, I don't know where they get the Bills cans, but they import the Bills Labatt Blue cans and everything. So, and it's wild. You can hear it from it's on
awesome.
Causeway Street. It's like it's right across from where the Celtics and Bruins play, and it's literally Bills HQ in Boston. Yeah. So, and it place is like spilling out into the street. It's wild. It's fucking jammed. It's an awesome bar anyway. But yeah. So we went there for a Pats Bills game, but we were there like all afternoon just to like watch the whole slate. I think the game was like 4:25. We probably went at like 2:30. So we were getting lubed up, whatever. I think the Pats won, but it was like, it was close. Like the first quarter, the Bills won. Like the Bills won the first quarter, so it ended up getting super lopsided, and people were getting sloppy. It was like to the point where we were like, we should leave.
Talk about when we sucked.
Well, this was
Because I remember a couple games against the Patriots where it's like, oh, it's 14-14 or 14-10, we're up, and then we lose 48-14.
I think Tyrod Taylor was still the quarterback.
God. Yeah, we didn't win a lot.
This was probably like 2014. I want to say like 2014, and it ended up being like a rout. And but no, we were like, and we weren't even doing it. We were just sitting there, and there were like people were just like, "Fuck you, dude!" And I'm like, buddy, I'm the one in the Patriots jersey. I'm in Boston. You are in a Bills jersey. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just here eating wings, minding my own business. You guys are great. You're entertaining. But yeah, and then like my random buddy who was in like a Jets jersey for no reason. The Jets weren't even playing. They were like on Monday Night Football that week, and he was getting like shit thrown at him because they were like, "You're not even playing today. What the fuck are you doing?" But we were like behind enemy lines. It's the closest thing to like being
I
at
can
an away
talk about
game.
the Bills all day, so we got to be careful.
That's true.
Talk about the
All right,
Bills
let's do a little
next
weekend
hour.
recap so you can get that out of your system.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So, Nerd, Tiggy, you both had polarizing football weekends. Would love to hear it from you, Tiggy. We'll go to you first. Do you have any yellow cloth that you want to shake around or something? Or give us one last fly Steelers fly, whatever you guys say.
Yeah. I mean,
Hail to the Steelers.
we do like we have a Steelers song called "Here We Go," Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. And they have an iteration every single year. They had Roethlisberger back in the day, Hines Ward, I mean, they just have different iterations. This year was very much forgettable because, we're adding Mason Rudolph and Christmas jokes and stuff. And it's like Mason Rudolph might be the starting quarterback next year unless we get Justin Fields. Still hoping on that. Other than the depressing football, played a lot of League of Legends, and I have made it within a week back to silver. Maybe where I belong, possibly. But the new map is interesting. I have only known the last map for a year and a half, so I don't. It's like, do they do this every couple of years? Apparently, this is a big deal. They changed the map. They added all new items. It seems going to be tough to balance. It's going to be interesting with LCS. I know we're going to talk about it later, but LCS starting Saturday. And let me see how they play out. I've been playing Jaime, playing Zyra, and it's been pretty successful. I think I might have to go. I'm thinking about playing a little Seraphine.
Okay.
I'll be a little Uwu supporter. I have become too. I don't know if it's the league, but I will stream my games in Discord with a couple buddies that have played for years and years and years. And I'm very toxic when I play League. Like, we get first blood, I'm typing all chat GG's.
Cannot relate.
I'm counting down the minutes. I give them a countdown till 15 when they can start FFing. And, usually I get someone yapping back, and I'm just right back in it. Anytime I die, I'm saying worth, good death. Every single time.
I don't think I ever talk shit to the other team, but when I'm playing jungle and my teammate doesn't move when I'm moving to gank, I am like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ping.
You guys wonder why I stopped playing League of Legends. There you go.
Sure.
There you fucking go.
No, it seems like it's a very educational game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it though. I can if I just mute all, I'll be frustrated, but some nights it's it's better. I can't focus on a shooter. I can't focus enough to get my eyes on the thing.
Yeah.
But League is the perfect amount of just clicking around.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you mentioned before too, you're playing jungle. So that's kind of a single player game in itself where you're farming a lot and you're just blaming your teammates for not being there for the kills and stuff. I play support, so
you're getting blamed.
Yeah. I play support, so I have half my hands on the keyboard, and I don't even touch the mouse half the time. Mm-hmm. So I'm just typing away. I'm typing theses, and I feel like that's part of the edge. You are inflicting mental warfare on the enemies.
Totally.
And I feel like that mental warfare is inspiring my team to play better. It's like, holy shit, this guy's chirping, he's chirping their ears off.
Yeah.
And
then he's going to be good.
Oh yeah, they respond, and half the time I'm getting killed because I'm typing. Half the time that happens occasionally, and you just gotta re-inspire and just flame them again to keep going. So 100%. I'm not using any slurs or anything insane or anything like that, but I'm just instilling, mental warfare, and that's how I'm getting W's. And
100%.
Basically,
it's a disinformation campaign. You might even think was that a good death? Was it not? I don't know. Yeah. Was it worth the trade?
I'm gaslighting everyone to think it was.
Well, I mean, listen, and they have no hope. They have no hope. This is what, the U.S. government's been doing this for years against, lesser countries and stuff like that. And now you're doing it in League Q. It's fucking unreal.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly. Asterisk. Nerd, how was your weekend?
It's good. Didn't do much. UFC fights came back. They weren't great, but it's fights, pay-per-view this weekend. So excited for that. I've been playing a lot of Tarkov. Like I said on my last episode, I'm trying to get Kappa, so I'm not doing great in the pace, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it is a brutal. It's a marathon where they shoot arrows at your knees the whole time you're running.
Brother, you got
every mile
fucking
you get a spear in the thigh.
You got 8 months left. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is a great analogy of getting Kappa in Tarkov.
You have some stupid quests that
you're doing an ultra marathon through fucking shit-filled ditches and barbed wire.
Yeah.
120-mile ultra marathon in the baking heat, ditches filled with human feces, and there's barbed wire everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Welcome to Tarkov.
just a grind. I don't know why I pick League of Legends, which is like hard as shit to get good at, and Tarkov. I'm just like I've said before, I'm a gaming masochist. I play Dark Souls, I play Sekiro. I have to play something where you have to grind to get better. And so those two have kind of sucked in most of my time. I do want to get back to playing Sekiro. Because again, gonna beat that this year. Yeah, and I've just been, chilling.
Love it. Love it. Bert, weekend.
Spent some nice quality time with the lady and her family on
Congrats on the love.
Saturday. That was nice.
Congrats on the love.
Okay, thanks. You want to say it a couple more times?
I mean, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Listen, we'll thank each other.
So I picked up a big tray pizza from a bakery nearby, and one of my friends called me immediately afterwards and was like, "You're so lucky Stella isn't in my car with me right now, or he'd be calling you a big fat fucking idiot to your face, right?
Ooh, yeah.
We would have pulled over and he'd be calling you a big fat idiot. What are you doing with the whole tray pizza?" And I was like, "I'm taking it to my girlfriend's house for her and her family, you fucking asshole."
What bakery was it from, though? Was it from Manny's?
Nah, it was Liberto's.
Oh, Liberto.
What'd you get on?
Very fucking.
Was it just
Half cheese, half pep. Very good. Very fine. They were very impressed, and they're Polish, so they're used to fucking sucking on rocks and eating rock soup. So when you get them good fucking Italian bakery pizza, it's like, dude, it's like giving a fucking caveman pizza.
I mean, yeah, half my wife's family's Polish too, and there's just a lot of
Yeah.
salt.
They eat rock soup.
Yeah, it's just a lot of salt.
They just pour water over rocks and they suck on the rocks.
I have Polish people definitely have more sodium in their diet than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. Their entire family does this. It's like it could already be a very salty dish.
Yeah.
And literally my wife's aunt will and love her to death. She's one of my favorite people, one of the funniest people alive. She'll literally take the salt shaker and just be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt on this," and it's literally just, it's like the Wild West where they didn't have refrigerators, so they had to salt everything so it didn't go bad. It's like that.
One of the first times I ever sat down and ate an Italian dinner with my girlfriend, I saw her start pouring something onto the pasta, and I was like, "Oh, maybe she does have a little Italian in her. She's putting some Parmesan on." It was fucking salt.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you do? What is?
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me in front of my people like this. What is this?"
Yeah, dude. I can't remember.
Anyway.
What's one of the saltiest things you could possibly imagine? What's a really salty dish? Just name
my
it.
girlfriend has a salt lamp.
Southern country ham.
She has a salt lamp in her
so
room
Thanksgiving,
that she licks every once in a while.
like a Thanksgiving ham, literally salt all over it. I'm like, dude, it's like 80%. It's like brined in a salt bath.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Sorry, go ahead,
Ugh,
Bob.
I don't know. Polish people, yuck.
Kidney stones, like you read about.
My girlfriend, love her, but the Polish,
Yuck.
ugh, easily my least favorite people.
Makes you really understand all the Jerry Lewis jokes, you know?
Otherwise, yeah, dude, I have been hard grinding fucking Tarkov. That game has a stranglehold around me. I'm so happy that I took a wipe off because the previous wipe was only 3.5 months long, and I was like, "There's no fucking point in me playing this." And I came back. Oh, am I fucking back? It's bad, but it's good all at the same time.
Dude, my wipes were feeling like they were 3.5 months long earlier today. I'll tell you
Dude,
that.
mine too. This is why. Did you install your bidet yet?
No, I haven't installed it because.
All right. No, stop. I don't need excuses.
Okay.
From you. Install it. You're a fucking Neanderthal.
Thank you.
I've been playing Octopath Traveler as well on my Steam Deck, and then whenever Tarkov is down, which is kind of at least 1 to 2 times a week at this point, and I have nothing else to play on my computer, I've been playing through Black Mesa, which is the HD version of the remastered version of the Half-Life franchise.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
This might be a controversial take, but I don't get why it's so beloved. It's good.
Half-Life?
Yeah. It's good.
I think it's probably just.
It probably hasn't aged very well.
Yeah.
That's why I played Black Mesa instead of all of the older versions of the game. I was like, well, it's going to at least look nicer, but it's just it's like the same thing for fucking GoldenEye. Like,
Ugh, don't even get me
you play
started.
GoldenEye. You play GoldenEye today?
No, thank you. No, I wouldn't.
Okay, it's fine. You know what I mean? Is that a hot take? Is that a
No,
hot take, guys?
I mean, I
Come
know
on.
with GoldenEye, no. I've been saying that for
No.
fucking years, dude. I think GoldenEye is
I'm
the
not
worst.
a big GoldenEye guy.
No, it's the worst aged game of all time.
Pete, thank you for the
Pete, thank you
45.
45
What a guy.
months. Pete said Steelers win if the game's played on Sunday.
I could not agree more. The fact that Roger Goodell has to change the game day so that his precious golden boy Josh Allen can continue in the postseason because he was fucking worried about Mason Rudolph and a TJ Wattless Pittsburgh Steelers.
God, Pete,
Running
Pete,
scared.
Pete, do you see what you did? You
What
see
does
what
that
you
have
did?
anything to do?
I mean, that's
they moved the
crazy. I mean,
game
you put
because
us in that
they
tundra.
couldn't drive.
Oh,
They couldn't drive to the stadium.
hey,
Like no one could get to the stadium.
hey. We'll play in the parking lot. Doesn't matter where. Okay, we'll play on the gridiron.
we
It doesn't
would too. I
matter. We don't
think
care if
wouldn't
fans are
either.
there or not.
I'm just saying no one can get to the stadium. No one, even the Steelers. So like, how are you?
They would have found a way. Those
would've found a
Pittsburgh
way.
Steelers,
Yeah.
they
Those
would have
Pittsburgh.
found a way.
Listen, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, I
down
would've
in
loved
Pittsburgh, you
nothing
know,
than a snow game.
back in the day, to school and back, uphill both ways. I grew up without a refrigerator. All right, you can't test people
Polish?
like that.
Yeah, are you Polish? What the fuck?
He had the Flintstones refrigerator, just like pterodactyls, like breathing cold air on it.
Dom, how was your weekend?
You know, it's pretty good. My son's been sick, but he's been getting over it. So we were supposed to actually go to Florida this past weekend and get a taste of some warm weather, but sadly he was not feeling too hot. So would not be a good idea to go to 36,000 feet with a kid with an ear infection. I just feel like hilarity would not ensue. So didn't do that. We stayed home, and that was just didn't really do a whole bunch. Had a kind of a low key weekend. We did a nice little date night on Friday. Couple little seafood, little clam chowder, some lobster rolls, some sushi, some all kinds of seafood. That was really nice. It was actually this place did these like hot lobster. It was like a hot lobster sushi rolls, and then it was these lobster fries that was like hot buttered lobster, and it was tossed with these fries with like almost like a lobster bisque kind of like drizzled on it, and so it was like this just like creamy, crispy, hot, buttery, lobstery goodness, just impossible not to be aroused.
Brother, the way you're describing it right now, I am getting aroused.
I mean, listen, I can say it quietly and more softly, but that's on our premium.
Yeah.
That's on the Uranium tier Patreon page. Nora is here. Hey, Nora, how are you? Nora said, Nora is here driving home from class, but listening. Thank you for referring to yourself in the third person. We appreciate you. Please drive safe. But yeah, that was pretty good. And what else? Did we do anything else this past weekend? I played a lot of Starfield. Been playing a lot of Starfield. I have I just can't stop, won't stop. Just been going really hard on Starfield. Started watching Ted on Peacock, which is instantly and permanently the funniest show on television. It is fucking hysterical.
Stop.
I want to hear it.
Stop. You have not watched What We Do in the Shadows.
I haven't, and until that time, it is until it is displaced. I will watch What We Do in the Shadows next, but Ted is so fucking funny.
I'll watch Ted too and do a comparison.
It's
but What We Do in the
really
Shadows
good. Every time I see a clip from What We Do in the Shadows, it's hysterical, so I believe you. Yeah, we just like randomly started watching Ted on a whim on Peacock, and it's hysterical. They're like just under an hour long episodes. I think it's even funnier than the movies because it's not like beholden to like a larger story arc. It's every episode is just him and John doing like another stupid like goofy adventure, and you could pretty much watch them in any order. It's unbelievable, and there's like some really good New England references in there, some very good Boston accents. The kid who plays John, who's Mark Wahlberg's character in the movies, he is also the kid from Daddy Daycare who shit on the ceiling. That's his resume. His acting resume is the I Missed kid from Daddy Daycare.
Wait a second.
How do you know that?
Well, time out. I should be getting
Why
paid
did you look that
royalties.
Yeah. I didn't look that up. I saw like a clip and somebody was like, his resume includes shitting on the ceiling, and he's the I Missed kid in Daddy Daycare, and also Ted. That's the resume. So probably the greatest actor of our generation, 2 for 2. And yeah, he's great. His accent is pretty funny. The another character in the show who's really good is Scott Grimes, who plays, I don't know his name in the Orville, but he's like Seth MacFarlane's like sidekick, like best friend in the Orville, which I've been told is a very funny show. And he's the dad, who is fucking hysterical and really good. If you have a New England dad, which Bob and I both do, you have the hysterical and frustrating conversations you have had with said New England dad, and it's great. There's some good laughs to be had there, and it's just like, wow, I feel like I'm in my own kitchen 10 years ago with my dad. It's fucking crazy, but good stuff. Definitely recommend it if you haven't watched it, and if you need a good comedy to watch, Ted on Peacock, really good shit. And I think that's it. I don't think we've been playing anything else. I haven't really had a whole lot of time for anything else. It's really just been a lot of Starfield, and I've been trying to read more. Been trying to read some more, like a fucking nerd. I discovered, this is semi-gaming related, but discovered a great platform online for our D&D group, because we have so much shit going on. It's like an online quest log and like database, almost like a wiki and like a quest. It's awesome. It's really good. It's called Chronica. It's like the Dr. Dre album, but with A at the end. But really good stuff. So if you're running a D&D group, you should check it out. It's free. It gives you like only like 5 megabytes of storage off the rip, which is pitiful. But if you use it a lot, it's worth it. So it's like $55 for a year if you want like 5 gigs, which is amazing. So we're like slowly uploading pretty much everything we've done in the last like 8 years on a weekly basis into there, which is awesome. So shout out to Chronica. And they're on the ground floor. So I hopped in their Discord. I was like putting in like a suggestion for a feature, and the person who like built it responded to me within like 5 minutes, which is pretty cool. So shout out to them. But let's dive right in. Bob, you want to play a little Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game?
Yeah.
How does it work for the people who didn't listen to last week's episode or any of the other 100 episodes that we've done this before?
Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Go listen to them. Anyway, Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game. I am Zoltan Bob. Up here in my brain, I have a game that my co-hosts and our guests have 20 yes or no questions to try to whittle it down to determine what the game is. Very simple concept. I think you guys have a winning rate at this point. Granted, last week not so much, but winning rate.
Tie goes to the runner, so
there was no tie. You guys lost.
Yeah, but 50%. 50%. I'm 1-1. So
you lost last week.
yeah, that was my loss. That was my one.
Okay.
But the other one I won.
You know what? Oh boy, do you make a point. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
All right.
What do you guys usually open with?
There is no consistency. They just go.
Yeah, we just kind of
how do we do this? Do we just kind of go in order?
Yeah, we kind of just rotate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I'll open up here. Is shooting a primary mechanic in this game?
Yes.
Is there multiplayer features in this game?
Yes.
Was this game released during or after the year 2000?
You have to word that in yes or no.
I think that is like either during the year of 2010 or after, like less
Oh,
or
I
greater
see.
than or equal to, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. I'm just keeping stock of our questions here. Do you play as a human in this game?
Yes.
Okay, well, 2010 or later, so that would have been Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot
Two.
right now.
Oh my God.
Ghosts.
Call of Duty 4.
Advanced Warfare. No, because it would have it's after. Call of Duty 4 was
okay, so Modern Warfare 2, Black
Yeah.
Ops 1. Like, yeah, we could name
Huh.
about 20 of those.
Yeah.
So it also
Really
could
gotta-
be like a Halo.
yeah. Really got to name it.
And,
really
and
got to
we
narrow it
gotta
down.
like remember that like it could have multiplayer features, but that could not be what it's.
It
for,
could be
like,
World at
right?
War still. It's World at War is not. It's not
Yeah.
MOBA.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Also, a game that had multiplayer, which would be a good. Actually, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. Did it win? No. Do you play as a male character?
Most of the time.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the shitty question.
That was a good question.
He's tricking me.
I'm not.
When the game was released, was like the game setting set in like a future time than the time the game was released?
No.
Okay, so not like futuristic.
So it's not like Halo. It's not like Crackdown, probably.
Not Call of
even
Duty Advanced
some-
Warfare.
Probably not
Jesus,
post-apocalyptic.
he's still going with the COD shit.
Um,
Tiggy, I'm never gonna do a Call of Duty for you now.
We'll see. One of
is
these
this
days.
is this game primarily third person?
Yes.
Okay.
How many were you in?
That is our 7th.
Okay. Wow, we're a lot less than I thought. Good.
We could try to like drill down console.
Yeah.
See if it's like multi-platform or PC or not.
Or just console exclusive, yeah. Or I guess not console, is just exclusive.
These beers are so
Ooh,
good. They're so orangey and delicious. Say, is Kit
Nerd, you
Harington
might-
in this game?
Nerd, you might have to go. I'm just blanking right now. I had a great question.
Is
didn't write
Kevin
it down.
Spacey the
Was-
president in this game?
That doesn't count. Was this game originally released exclusively on like a single platform?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm
Good
So
question.
So we need to like not say like was it Xbox, was it PC, or because that's going to waste too many. Well,
True.
maybe. I don't know. We could hit it right on the dot, or we could like. I think we.
is this game part of a franchise?
Define franchise.
Series of games.
How many games?
Like three or more.
No.
So with that answer, probably 2.
Do we have to ask if the game?
Don't Tiggy, don't type it. I can see what you're gonna type.
Do we have to ask if the game's second game has already come out?
Yeah, you could ask that.
Is that a wasted question?
No,
or would he
I don't think so
not?
at all.
Like if it's Stalker, is he going to say, well, Stalker 2 hasn't come out until later this year?
No, you could. I
but
mean, I
it's
think that's a
technically
valid question.
franchise? Well, no, they've had more games. They've had like spin-offs. So I wouldn't think it's like that. I'm going to throw out Rage is a game that would fit this. So I think the first Rage came out in like 2011 or 2012, and then it's only had a second game. You could say like Wolfenstein, but like that has had multiple spin-offs, so I would think he would count those as multiple games.
You could say
not
like,
just like mainline.
is it post-apocalyptic?
Well, that's a good point. We did say when the game was released was
not
it set in a
futuristic.
future setting, which would kind of. So maybe we ask if it was set in the current day, so that way we know if it's like.
It's also primarily third person,
Old.
and Rage is third person. It's
and
first
a
person rather.
shooter. Oh, you're right. Third-person shooter, not set in the future, released after 20.
Is this game? You play as a male most of the time, which I think is interesting.
I was gonna say
Uh,
The Last of Us, but The Last of Us, I don't know if that was set in like an alternate version of that.
it's
day.
like
Is
it's
that-
like it's like mid 2010s, I think. It's like something like that. Has this game been adapted to like a movie or a TV show?
Yes.
Ooh, it's a fucking haymaker.
It very well.
It's a
could be
haymaker.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That could make it The Last of Us because I'm not sure if like it was set in just like an alternate history.
It could be. We could kind of drill down on that.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
What could we ask?
That's a
would be, like,
fucking-
general.
It's a 5-star frog splash from the top turnbuckle.
Yeah.
I mean,
So we could ask if it was exclusive to PlayStation because that would knock out that and a lot of other games that we'd be thinking.
or
through.
you could even say like post-apocalyptic, which is
Was this game originally released exclusively on PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm like feeling like 75% sure or better that it's The Last of Us.
does
Has
the
this
game? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Has this game ever won any Game of the Year awards?
Oh, I have to check. I'm gonna say probably, but
Because I'm pretty sure Last of Us did.
Yeah, I'm almost positive first one, like all of them.
why do you have to ask questions that I have to fucking do
The
research?
second one though, hey, the
Like-
second one though, there's only 2 games in the series so far, and the second one was also released in this time. But you do primarily play as a girl in that one, not as a guy.
True.
I don't know if you play as a guy. I haven't played it yet. I don't know if you play as a guy at all.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Spoiler.
I mean, it's definitely won awards.
Okay.
Was the sequel to this game controversial?
Buddy, you could say that about any game. But yes. let's be honest for a second. That doesn't narrow anything.
I mean, you know.
yes.
They're like,
the answer is yes.
Okay.
are there zombies or zombie like enemies in the game?
Yes.
And should we just like go for it?
Well, let's drill it down here. In the sequel,
What other?
was the adaptation of this game on HBO?
Again, let me fucking double check. I'm gonna say yes, but
I don't know if
'Cause
that's
I
just
don't
like a
remember.
curveball he's trying to throw us off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yes.
know.
He's a cerebral
Yes.
assassin.
Okay.
I'm trying. What other game is adapted on HBO?
Actually, like there's so many game adaptations on there because like all the I think the Super Mario shit is on there too, but it's not Mario.
Listen,
Unchar-
the only
wait, whoa,
the only Mario
Uncharted?
we acknowledge is the Bob Hoskins
Rest in peace.
John Leguizamo.
Uncharted was released exclusively on PlayStation. Do you play other chapters as?
And it's on HBO.
Do you play? I've never.
Is
Do you play
shooting a
other
primary
chapters
mechanic
on-
though?
It is.
Yeah.
Really?
You could ask.
Well,
Was the main
arguably-
character played by Tom Holland
What?
Or
in the movie, in the Uncharted movie, which I think was pretty good?
Is that our question?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Was the
No.
was no?
No.
Okay. Not Tom
Okay, so
Holland.
we're-
I hate
That-
that you asked that
how many
question.
how many questions are we at?
Buddy, we got to the 20th question and I was so fucking sure that it was one thing. And we could have honestly used the last question to ask something that would have completely flipped it on its head and won last week. So I'm not taking any chances.
But it's 20 questions, including the guess, right?
No, we've
okay.
we've ruled that out because Dom has gotten upset with me in the past.
Well, no. Listen, it's
you
either
thought you were
19,
one
it's not
question
20
away?
questions. If it's the 21st question is the game guess. Or it can be 19 in the game guess at this point.
Just fucking ask the question.
Ask if it's Pedro Pascal that plays the main character in the adaptation.
No, that's we're
Well-
again like
I think we
What-
have the
what-
game.
what-
We need to know 1 or 2, right?
I think it's one. The sequel was
there's only
controversial.
one. Oh, yeah, the sequel's not
Oh,
on,
true.
hasn't been adapted yet either.
True.
The but what there's no other game that's I can think of that's adapted on HBO. Now there's like movies that could be like on there, but I doubt it. Like
Oh. Plus, there was like zombie like. There's nothing like that in Uncharted too, right?
There's Bob's
There's
Getting
zombie,
to You.
You guys
I don't
haven't
know.
seen the fucking controversial Super Mario Brothers 2 movie that
Yeah.
came out exclusively on HBO based
Yeah.
off of the third person shooter?
what? How many questions do we have?
Super Mario.
We are on question numbers. This will be question 17.
Okay. Is Pedro Pascal the lead in the adaptation?
Yes. Now
Well,
again,
It could be anything.
that could be anything.
All right.
He
Let
does a
me
lot. He does do a lot. He
That could
does
be
do a
fucking-
lot.
Okay.
Could be anything.
Clarifying question here. Does this game involve taking out a loan from a raccoon?
I'm not going to answer that question, but it counts.
Okay.
Is the game The Last of Us?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah. I needed to give you guys so after last week, where I had to define the terms of post-apocalyptic, I had to give you a true example of post-apocalyptic. So, Nerd, I don't know if you listened to the episode last week, but again, could be controversial take, could be a hot take. I don't believe the Resident Evil franchise is considered post-apocalyptic. And this is why. This is why. After every single game, it is less of the world has ended. More of the game is we are stopping the world from ending.
Yeah.
So at every single point, there is always a government that is still established. There is always like some type of task force that is assigned to prevent the apocalypse. It's not post-apocalyptic, it is pre-apocalyptic.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I'm thinking like almost every single one of them. It's not like explained that the whole world has become like this. It's like it's
Exactly.
almost like a not a Mission Impossible mission, but it's literally like here's a crisis that's going on
Yes.
in a village or an area,
Yep.
and you have to go deal with it. So
Everything
I'd
is an
agree.
isolated incident.
I'd agree. I think that if the movies definitely got to,
completely.
like, apocalyptic,
Completely aside. The movies are 100% post-apocalyptic. The game pre-apocalyptic. That's how I view
and the
franchise.
games are phenomenal. Every single one of the remakes
Yes.
is worth the money.
But yeah, I wanted to give a clear and concise definition between the two from last week to this week. So
Well-
yes, The Last of Us Part 1. In case you guys didn't know, The Last of Us Part 2 remaster just came out, baby. You know what's crazy about that?
Because the game just came out
The
like
Last of
fucking
Us-
a year ago.
The Last of Us Part 2 came out 3 years ago. Pretty fucking
Listen,
cool,
just
right?
release it on PC already is what I'm asking for.
Here
Just
comes
put it
the
on PC so I can play it.
Pretty cool. And
Here comes the money.
so Tiggy did ask if if the game had a multiplayer component.
It does.
The Last of
Oh, it
Us
did.
Part 1 multiplayer, surprisingly
So good.
surprisingly
It's good.
good.
You know what else was good?
Surprisingly good.
You know what else was good? It was the Uncharted 2 multiplayer. Or Uncharted 3. I can't remember which one it was. But it was like when every third-person shooter had to have a forced multiplayer component.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Dude, The Last of Us, you got to craft like pipe bombs and shit. If you
Yeah.
found resources around the
Yep.
map, you could craft pipe bombs, silencers to put on your guns. Absolutely incredible. And then they lied to the consumer base. Naughty Dog lied to our fucking faces saying we were going to get multiplayer for The Last of Us 2. No. 3 years later, we just got The Last of Us 2 remaster. Suck my dick, Naughty Dog. Suck my Naughty Dog dick, Naughty Dog.
And they canceled the multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
It was going to be a whole like it was. I thought they were going to make it kind of like The Division. I was like, dude, The Division with the Naughty Dog animation, that'd be
They-
so freaking cool.
Mm,
They
They
just canceled it.
fucking. How do you release a remaster 3 years later?
we really need.
How?
We really need a Division 3. By the way,
Do we?
I love Division 2. What a
Do we,
title
though?
that was. I love the lore in that game. I'm a big Tom Clancy guy. Anyway, I like.
Just go play the day before. That's essentially the Division 3, right?
Yeah, except the characters appear as
Or
giant
Anthem.
buildings.
Yeah. No, giant buildings appear as characters.
That's
the
true.
opposite.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. All right. Why don't we? Where are we at? What are we doing? How are we doing? Oh, we got 10 minutes left. We can do. We can talk a little LCS real quick. So LCS had a and Bob, thank you for yet another riveting rendition of Zoltan Bob's Yes My Game.
Anytime for Cole. Anytime
Thank
only
you,
for
Coleman.
Cole.
We appreciate you. So really quick, we'll kind of speed through this, and then we got voicemails. the Mark Zimmerman, who is a new commissioner for the LCS, the best Western region in League of Legends, he issued a like State of the Union basically for the LCS. My dog is barking at the door, and if he wakes the baby up, I am leaving the country. So he basically released a 15-minute manifesto for the spring split for LCS, which starts in 2 days. Starts this weekend, right? Friday? No, tomorrow's Friday. It starts on Saturday because that's point number one. The big cliff notes is that they're going to be playing on the live patch, which I thought was very interesting. They're not going to be playing in like a hermetically sealed environment for League. So like the idea is like, oh, if you see the pros using a build or whatever, you can hop into the game and use it yourself and then, get shit stomped and, whatever. But they're going to be playing on the live patch except for in the playoffs, which it'll be like whatever a determined patch is. They will have some like interactive fan voting features on like, hey, who should we interview post game? What was your favorite moment from the game that you want us to replay? Yada yada yada. They're going.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
I have an idea.
Keep going.
What if they brought back? Do you guys remember the Man Show or the Guy Show, whatever it was called?
The Man Show.
The Man Show.
The Man Show.
Am I cool? Am I dating myself?
No,
Nerd,
no.
how old are you?
31.
Okay, so you should know what the Man Show is.
I forgot what context.
Oh, dude, yeah, Jimmy
Okay.
Kimmel, Adam Carolla, and they had the Man Show
I
boy.
have no idea what we're talking about.
The Man
No idea
Show.
what we're talking about.
Okay, the Man
Really?
Show, right? We go watch it. What
was it on?
It was on
What a
Comedy
time
Central.
capsule.
It used to be on Comedy Central at
Oh, I
at
wasn't
like
allowed to
midnight.
watch Comedy Central.
What a
I
time
wasn't up
capsule
till
that was.
midnight.
Dude, it was
Well,
like
What was this?
that was like if you left your TV on Comedy Central and you like fell asleep, and then you woke up at like 1 a.m. The Man Show was on.
Yeah,
It must have been right
What,
before the
when you
girls
were,
got
like,
wild
15?
infomercials.
It was no, it was during. It was
was-
during.
During. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
What year?
Um,
what year was this?
Like
Oh,
8th
late
grade.
'90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it was like 8th
Yeah, I
grade
was
for me.
definitely not up till midnight at all. I wasn't.
So,
alive.
so there was a segment where they would have girls bouncing on trampolines. Idea:
Ah,
what if in the LCS they do interviews with players bouncing on trampolines?
Not a bad idea.
Could happen.
yeah.
Could
Yeah,
happen.
I
I'd
like
pay to
that.
see that.
But
So they're going to be playing on live patch. They're going to have some interactive fan voting. They're going to, say like, oh, what clips should we run back? What players do you feel like deserve a post game interview? They're playing on weekends. They're going to do four best of ones every weekend instead of best of threes, because there's less teams. So the season's format has to change. And then one of the other big ones is that they're going to be pre-recording the draft for future rounds. So that way, instead of doing like draft game, post game commentary, like for like a half hour, and then the draft and then the games, you have to wait for like 30 to 45 minutes in between games. It's just going to go from game to game right away.
That is a brilliant idea.
And so then they're going to they'll do the draft pre-recorded. And then they also had said that because of that, because like the LCS doesn't really have any they don't have content. They don't have like content creators. They're going to be freeing up the commentary team to like focus on creating content with the players or like elsewhere, related to League and stuff like that. But that way, if they pre-record the draft, like the commentary desk is going to be able to still react to it live for the first time. But this way they'll be able to go literally from match to match right away so that nobody drops off. It's like action, 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 and then post-game interviews and stuff like that afterwards, which I really like. So
Maybe on a trampoline, maybe not.
who's to say?
Who's to say?
Tiggy, I know you watched it, and like Wall, Nerd, and Bob, you guys get to let all that marinate. Tiggy, do you have any other thoughts or anything I missed from that?
No, I definitely wanted to highlight the draft. I think it's just a very unique feature that they like to show that. They like to show the map voting and stuff, Call of Duty and stuff like that. Actually, wait, no, they don't show the map voting in Call of Duty. But, I mean, sometimes they'll show the coaches come up and stuff on stage, and that's pretty cool. But I think just saving time and keeping the product on the screen is good. I also think it's going to be cool because this is the only league that's going to be doing this, which I think is very unique. But the other leagues, they're drafting and they have a total of 5 to 10 minutes before they go with what team they've chosen.
Yep.
Now they're choosing, I believe they're going to choose in the match before. So they're going to have like 30, 40 minutes to kind of game plan around the champion selection, which I think is very cool. You know, people are like, oh, that's unfair. They get more time to prepare. Both teams get the same amount of time.
Well, no.
So-
So the
you know?
comparison would be the first team that plays that day doesn't have that prep time. So the only way that they would be able to do that would to be giving the first two teams that play at the start of the day a 30-minute prep time.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't matter because if you're rotating a schedule like that, every team should be playing first at least once.
Yeah.
That
And
yeah.
the good thing is that while they play that pre-recorded draft, that's when the teams are going to be doing their prep stuff. So it's like the commentary team is going to be reacting to the draft as though it's live because that'll take, a few minutes to get through. And then while they do that, that's when the team is going to be doing their prep time behind the scenes, which is fucking brilliant because they're killing two birds at one stone. The crowd still gets the crowd and the commentary team still gets the energy of like, the live picks and stuff like that. But and then they said during the playoffs is the only time where that rule is not going to take effect because obviously it's a little bit of a different environment, and it's tough to like pre-record stuff during a playoff atmosphere where like all the teams are in house and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, getting from one game to the other like bang bang bang, on a prime time on the weekends is great. It's going to be I think at 1 PST, so 4 Eastern. Which is really cool. So, I mean, it's when, the other big games would be on. It's when, like, college football would be on. It's when, other shit, like, would be on. So, I think it's a great thing, and it's not like, oh, shit, the LCS is on, but, like, I'm at work. I, can't, like, watch this shit right now. Hopefully it brings a lot more viewership. And they said that, like, they're going to be a completely open book. They were like, we want to hear, fan feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. Like, we want this to be like the people's league. So, like, if you guys think this sucks, maybe we'll change it. We want to hear fan feedback every which way, so that way we can continue to really morph this into like the most interactive league, or the most interactive region in League of Legends, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm just super excited, and I hope the viewership shows up because last year, obviously, it didn't with the midday games, so that it was impossible to watch. LEC, the European League, has peaked in viewership of over 700,000 viewers.
Yeah.
It's the most that have ever watched just like the first and second week of league matches over there. Obviously, I think it's very optimistic that we would hit those numbers, but I mean, last year, I think there was like 10,000 people watching because it's, middle of the freaking day. So I'm excited to see what the numbers are going to be on the weekend. I think the LCS has doing a lot of unique things. I'm not saying that they have to do these unique things to be, to really differentiate themselves because it's still, the same good product just like the LEC and the LCK. But I think it's cool that we're the ones doing it and we're testing it out.
Yeah.
So we can kind of just spearhead the changes.
I agree. I don't know if Nerd or Bob, if you have any other thoughts on the LCS changes, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun to watch for sure.
Nerd, anything?
I mean, I'll probably watch. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it isn't to me about the presentation. It's more, I don't feel like I'm gonna watch teams that are gonna fight each other all year just to get crushed by Korea. That's just kind of how I am.
I feel you.
Like,
Okay,
I
fair.
like I've watched since we did the fantasy league. Like, I actually started paying attention and I got invested in some teams, and then I'd watch them play at MSI or midseason, MSI and at Worlds. And other than like the EG team with Danny, and that stunk because he ended up not being able to play, but other than that year, like, we haven't even come close, I feel like. And I don't know. I mean, I think I'm very interested to see how certain teams play, just because like 100 Thieves just completely gutted themselves. The team with NRG was pretty decent last year, though. I'm interested to see what they do with another year. Cloud9, I feel like cannot get over the hump, and like there's a bunch of new restructured teams all over the place that are going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of like, I mean, I'll watch. It's something to do on a Saturday until UFC or Call of Duty comes on, but probably not going to be that interested if if the product is not interesting after the first week, I probably will not watch
Yeah.
until I'm.
No, totally. I agree.
I'm of the same mindset.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike basically comes back on Monday. So they have 2 days to sell me to keep watching. Otherwise, Blast Premier starts. The Counter-Strike season starts on Monday.
Yeah.
So,
No,
and to be and another note, the first 2024 CS2 major RMRs are going on, and it is littered with cheating teams.
Oh,
So, this is what happens when you do online qualifiers. Everybody,
yeah.
cheaters left and right.
I feel like I've seen nothing but videos like that. I don't know if it's just been you reposting them or other people, but kind of sucks. It's
I
almost
won't
like
watch.
Yeah, no,
I won't watch the RMRs because it's not.
for sure.
You're watching for a 50% chance that a team you have quite literally never heard of upsets like a tier 2, tier 3 team. So what's the fucking point?
Hey,
And there's like actual allegations and teams have been kicked out of the RMRs for cheating. So Monday though, Blast Premier starts, Counter-Strike's back.
I'm excited to see how Liquid looks, since they have Cadian who came from Heroic, and they have Twists from FaZe. I feel like they have like the potential to be really, really good or really, really bad. And then when is Simple coming back, or is he coming back? That's
I think
big,
he is
question.
he is like the Brady of Counter-Strike, where he can come back when he wants. He gets to dictate when he comes back. In other news, EG has finally officially left Counter-Strike for the second time. So what I'm going to say is good riddance.
Get him out.
Just like everybody else has said. Good fucking riddance.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're out
But
of
what sucks
everything
is
now, then, aren't they?
I'm not sure, but all I know is they had 3 Counter-Strike teams because they were trying to do a farm system, and it didn't work because they didn't treat their teams correctly or their players correctly. So good fucking
No.
riddance.
It was like their
No.
league team.
Yeah, no shit. Who would have thought?
Fucking rats.
Suck it.
You guys want to listen to some voicemails?
Yeah.
Need advice?
617-701-7678, the WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. Leave a voicemail and we will listen to it live and react on the show as long as it doesn't break TOS. We got one caller, and you already know who it is. Here we go.
Hey boys, Coleman here. I'm back and better than ever. Surviving
We're back.
off emergency and a bunch of other things my wife has concocted for me and her weird, like, witch lady stuff. I don't know. I just drink it. Who knows what it is? But anyway, I've got a question for you guys this week. This is not video game related. While I was sick, I had some downtime, and I rewatched all the classic Adam Sandler movies. And I would like to know what your guys' favorite, like, peak Adam Sandler comedy is. And if you don't agree that that is peak comedy, I don't know if we can continue this friendship. And Bob, I just want to circle back, like my corporate talk there, per my previous email. And thanks for doing Guess My Game. I did not forget about you. I really hope this one went better. The Dom defeat really ripped my heart out. I can't live with another week of that. I just wanted to pick a fun game, not break Dom's heart. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a great week. Thank you guys for all you do. I appreciate it. We have the best community ever. Thank you all and love you guys. Bye.
Listen, Coleman, I didn't forget about you, okay?
We love it.
Don't ever worry about forgetting about me.
We love it. Thank you, Coleman, for the for the support. We appreciate you. So favorite Prime Adam Sandler movie? Dude,
Yeah.
it's tough, dude. It's tough.
There are definite wrong answers here. Keep that in mind. If one of you fucking lunatics says like Hubie Halloween, I'm leaving this call.
It's not like prime Adam Sandler. No, it's. I will tell you that one of the first times I ever walked out of a movie theater was when I went to go see Spanglish.
Oh.
Dude, so we went to go see. It probably came out like sophomore year of high school, and we didn't like see. We just saw like, oh, new Adam Sandler movies out. We didn't know it was gonna be like a drama.
That's like, to be honest, that's kind of what Click was. Click was half drama, half comedy.
I know. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Favorite damn. I mean,
there's
it's
so many
like
good ones.
oh, I feel like the layups are like Happy Gilmore, Waterboy. I feel like honestly, the one I quote the most and the one I like remember the most and like laugh at the most is Mr. Deeds.
That's a good one.
I'm a Mr. Deeds guy. I mean, I love Happy Gilmore. I love Waterboy, but man, I don't know, Mr. Deeds, man. I just that might be it. That might be the tops for me.
Mr. Deeds is good. I always
Can't
say
argue
like
that.
my back hurts, my back hurts, my back hurts. Like I still use that to this day by just saying that. And that was like 5 seconds in the whole film.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Boobs. Dude, unbelievable. What a film. Yeah, no, that's just a great flick front to back. Tiggy, Nerd, Bob, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah, there's so many, and like I don't know. I feel like we were in the prime age of a sporting event or something like that. Like you got the drop down DVD player in the car. I feel like Adam Sandler movies are always in those cassette, like the DVD binder things. So just so many of them. But I'm gonna go The Longest Yard.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go
Oh, that's
Longest
a
Yard.
very good one.
Might be the best football movie we've ever seen.
Yeah, truly, yeah.
We got Adam Sandler, we got Burt Reynolds.
What an ensemble cast that is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nelly's in it.
Chris Rock, Nelly, Goldberg,
Dude, I had a
Stone
friend
Cold
in college,
Steve Austin.
I had a friend in college that I referred to only as Cheeseburger Eddie because he always had something on him that anybody needed.
Yeah.
Terry Crews, what was it? Willem Dafoe is, he always plays the bad guy in everything he's in, I mean, Longest Yard, we actually have a fantasy football punishment league, and it's called the Mean Machine League.
Wow.
Just from Longest Yard. So Longest Yard's my answer.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Longest shot.
Did
That's
two great answers.
Wow.
Which is gonna suck because I always have to fall back, and it is again a tie between The Waterboy and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
The two most fucking quotable movies for me.
for real.
But I do need to say, a movie I watched hanging out with my dad earlier this week, that he was dying laughing, and it's a movie I've seen 35 times in my life. The Benchwarmers, still one of the funniest movies I have ever seen in my entire life. Holds up to this day, top 5 comedy of all time for me.
It's funny. I like it.
I like
I don't
it.
know about top 5.
For me.
For
Look
me,
for me.
For me, yeah. I mean, it's good. I'm not gonna lie. I've not watched a lot of these Adam Sandler movies you guys are talking about.
Oh, you got to watch
Not
the
gonna
good
lie.
one. You got to watch the good
So
ones.
I have watched the two that I would have said just because I've watched them all the way through and I remember them are Happy Gilmore, very good, very funny, classic 90s comedy.
Mhm.
And The Longest Yard, which is like classic 2000s.
Yeah.
I have never seen The Waterboy all the way through.
Oh,
Wow.
I have never seen The Wedding Singer ever.
that's another classic. That's
That's
another.
good.
None
Little
of us
Nicky?
even mentioned.
Have you
The
seen Little
Wedding Singer.
Nicky?
Oh, nobody
I
even
don't.
mentioned Little Nicky.
I have not seen Little Nicky. I've not seen Billy Madison.
I need to get some air.
Like I haven't seen Click. Like I know
Click is
I remember watching
skippable.
commercials.
Click is
Like
skippable.
I remember watching like commercials of Click. All I remember of watching commercials of Click is when he rewinds the girl that's like jogging and just looking at her boobs
Yeah.
the whole time.
Dude, I cried at the end of Click, and the
sad.
girl I was like quote unquote seeing at the time was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, "You don't get it.
Yeah.
You just don't understand."
I
there's-
think that
yeah.
I actually really liked Hustle. I don't think it was like phenomenal, but
Ooh.
I thought he was really good in Hustle, his newest movie. And then I did not think Uncut Gems was that good. So I wouldn't have like said that. I actually thought he was better in Hustle than Uncut Gems, but
Big Daddy definitely. Oh, Big Daddy's a classic. Chuck and Larry.
I haven't seen that.
Chuck and Larry's another one you could skip.
Yeah,
I'm
but
a big
I
Jessica
just
Biel
wasn't-
fan, so.
Same.
I just wasn't huge into Sandler. I don't know, to be honest. I like Robin Williams a lot. I probably watched every Robin Williams movie, but
Yeah.
I didn't really watch.
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of,
wait. So
Adam
wait.
Sandler.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Big Daddy, dude. Big Daddy is another
Yeah.
one. That's a great one. Also, Chuck and Larry, and you were just saying. I mean, that's prime Beal, dude. That is
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
Prime
peak.
Beal, not
Peak.
Prime Sandler.
peak.
That's the difference.
Peak. I mean,
Yeah,
Chuck and
yeah,
Larry
two-
has some moments.
She
but
had
it's-
two of them.
They got a great ensemble of cast too. I feel like with that, you got grown-ups. I mean, just that whole group that's always in like half the films.
Yeah, the Happy Madison crew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that
definitely
Madison
like a
Crew is
Wikipedia
fantastic.
page somewhere with like a cross-reference spreadsheet of like all of those, like the 10 actors that like are like the most in every like Happy Madison movie, and like how many movies they've been in together.
Yeah, but didn't Dante like storm the Capitol or something?
Yeah. So so I met him in person last year. This last summer, I was at a bar in Boston, literally like after work beers. Literally just walked across the street from my office, went to this like random spot, cash only, dingy spot across from the garden, and Peter Dante is sitting right there, just crushing beers, dude. 4:00, and so one of my buddies is like, "Yo, is that the guy from like all the Adam Sandler movies?" And I go, "Yeah, that." Oh my God, yeah, what the fuck?
Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, it's that guy." And so like we just walked over to him and started just yelling Adam Sandler movie quotes at him. He was like, I have a video on my phone of him just like screaming in my ear, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys are the fucking best." Blah, blah, blah. Just looks like he just pulled him right out of a movie. And apparently he was doing an improv show in town. Didn't even know what day he was going on. His manager was with him and is like, "You're going on in like 4 hours." He's like, yeah, of course I am. Blah, blah, blah. It was just like insane. So
I might be confusing him with someone else.
no. He had some like weird political related issues, and because I remember reaching out to my cousin who had run into a couple of other like Happy Madison guys, and he was like, "Yeah, I heard that they don't like him and Sandler don't talk anymore because they had some weird like falling out because TMZ followed him around and he was talking about some like political shit or whatever. I don't know what he did, but." Coleman, thank you for the voicemail. Appreciate you. Love the Adam Sandler binge that you're on. Hope that you feel better. Get some chicken soup and you get maybe some beef stew, something like that.
And watch the Benchwarmers.
And watch Benchwarmers.
Please.
Yeah, that's a good flick. I also really like what is the other oh my God. I feel like the first Grown Ups was also a pretty good Sandler flick. Not amazing, but really good. And I definitely would recommend at least watching Mr. Deeds, so you can sing "Space Oddity" by David Bowie when they play it in that movie. All right, let's land the train. Nerd, you're our guest. You go first. Shout out whoever you want to shout out. Plug whatever you want to plug. Any closing comments?
Just a thought that I've had today after watching the Avowed trailer. I have this very strong feeling that come this fall, when Obsidian Entertainment releases Avowed on Xbox, they're going to prove that they are better than Bethesda at their own game and just spit in their face with Avowed, because I think it looks very good visually. I think that they're evolving the gameplay past just making like another Skyrim. Like the Outer Worlds was cool and it was great, but it was very Fallout-y with very small tweaks.
Yep.
Avowed looks like it's going to be very Skyrim-y with some big tweaks in like
the combat looks so good.
I have only seen stuff on like Dinosaur Planet, so I'm kind of hoping there's like variety. But yeah, I think that Obsidian Entertainment is going to really hit hard this year. It's going to be hard to follow up last year with like all the Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate and everything that came out last year, Zelda. But I think Xbox's conference, which I'm only halfway through, but I think their conference shows that there are quite a lot of really good games coming out this year. I think that they're going to kind of take it back, because I think they have 4 or 5 pretty big exclusives coming out that actually look interesting this year.
Yeah, they do.
And PlayStation, I don't really know what's going on with them, so I'm not really a console wars guy, but I have a feeling the green wave is going to kind of rise a little higher this year, you know?
Yeah, I think I
Wait,
totally
what do you
agree.
mean, dude? How can you say that after we got The Last of Us 2 remastered?
I know, right?
How could you even say that?
I could not think of a single PlayStation 5 exclusive coming out.
Bob might have the best poker face in the fucking game, because I had no clue where you were going with that sentence until you hit The Last of Us 2. I literally thought you were dead serious and you were about to just go off on like a fucking salvo of different games. But you...
No. Listen, the only person that I can do that to is King.
Yeah.
And I'll keep the poker face the entire time.
No.
That's the thing. I'll keep it the entire time. but I'm doing that just to
No,
aggravate.
you're the best. You're the best out at that. There's nobody better. There is nobody better at that. And so,
Dude,
yeah,
I convinced an entire fucking cafeteria in college that True Moo milk was more addictive than cigarettes.
I mean,
Okay, how did you do that?
and now
It
you're
took them 2 weeks because I don't break when I'm lying to somebody.
no, he doesn't.
Which was, dude,
Oh,
I
that
walk
you
out-
believed it. Okay.
He doesn't
No,
have
no,
the
you
muscles in his
All of them
face.
to think that.
The
No,
muscle,
I
like
got
I
them
swear to
to
God, you
believe
don't have like whatever tendons in your face would like pull your
that,
would like
yeah, that
you
caused
don't
you to
have it.
smile. Yeah, I don't.
No, you don't have it. So you
Um,
can't like smirk at anybody because you're just like, no, I'm dead.
So
dead
so
serious.
my roommate at the time always bought True Moo milk, and a bunch of my friends also were buying True Moo milk. And we're walking out, and I was like, "Hey, Alden, did you know that like True Moo milk it's more addictive than cigarettes?" And he was like, "Dude, are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's a dye in it that has been scientifically proven to be more addictive than nicotine and cigarettes." And he was like, "Dude, that makes so much sense. I drink like 3 of these a day. That makes a lot of sense." And then he sat down at the table, told a dozen more people, and that table told 2 other tables. And by the end of fucking breakfast, I had 5 tables full of people convinced True Moo milk was more addictive than cigarettes, and it took them 2 weeks. I didn't break until 2 weeks later when I was like, I lied. I lied to you.
Yeah.
That's not true. I made it up on the spot. That's not true.
The only thing true is the moo. Tiggy, what do you got?
Well, I tell you, I'm very excited for Call of Duty Ranked Play finally released after the brutal delay that Activision screwed us all with. But they're a small indie company, like Nerd always says. So hopefully they figure it out. LCS coming out this weekend. Very excited. FlyQuest, which is going to be my team of the year, mainly because my main man Busio was there. They came out with some absolutely fire jerseys designed by Carly Bott. She used to do some LAG gear back in the CDL days and stuff, and she's always been on Twitter doing cool designs.
Insane.
So that's cool. That's awesome. She did
Incredible
that design.
merch.
It's fantastic, and I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to get a Busio or I might get inspired. The main jungler from all the way EU dominated here for EG for a couple years. MVP. Now he's here with this new FlyQuest squad. I'm excited. I think they'll give the top dogs a little trouble. And naturally, this weekend is the last weekend of Call of Duty League until the big bad major, Boston Breach Major 1. So naturally, I got a couple picks for tomorrow. Starting off, we have LAG, Minnesota Rocker, the Adam Assault Bowl, and I think Adam Assault's going to get some revenge with the LAG. LAG taking money line, and then we're going to go down to Miami, where they're going to host, I say host like home and away matters at all, but they're playing Optic Texas. Optic Texas, seeming like a behemoth that we always knew they would be. Miami might be frauds. Came out 0-2 last weekend, so I think Optic Texas,
They're on
minus
fraud
1.5
watch.
map. Fraud watch for Miami. Optic Texas, the real deal, minus 1.5. Combine it to plus 190 odds. We're going to put a unit on there and build back this bank. All right, baby?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Bob, what do you got?
Literally nothing. Just thank you. Shout out Nerd for coming on for ZBG BM. And then all I can say is please go watch the Benchwarmers and stop. And anybody who says Ted is the funniest show on television without watching What We Do in the Shadows needs to grow the fuck up. Okay? Just because they have funny European accents in the show doesn't mean you can't watch it and find joy and comfort in it. Okay?
I just got Hulu. Okay.
Okay. Well,
got it.
watch it.
All right. I'll watch
I
it.
promise you. I promise.
I told you every time
You will watch.
every time I've seen a
Dude.
clip from that show, I've laughed. I will watch
Oh.
it. I will watch it. I have like 4
Okay,
10
we're gonna
episodes
do
left.
this. Okay, the problem is we can't do this in tandem because there's like 65 episodes of What We Do in the Shadows and 4 episodes of Ted, so we can't like come back and convene at the end.
You should pick
I'll watch the
another
first season. I'll
Another
watch-
show, Dom.
Are they a half hour or an hour?
You get
They're half hour.
What we do in the shadows?
Yeah, I think
I'll be
so.
done with it in 2 weeks.
so you should pick a show that Bob has to watch in tandem with you. That's like 65 episodes or more with like half-hour episodes.
True Detective.
So I want
The
it to be
League.
Ted because I want it to be.
The
Ted. I've seen a lot of.
League,
I've seen a lot of the
The
league.
The League's the funniest fucking show probably ever made.
Okay, Blue Mountain State's the funniest show ever made.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh.
Have you watched Reach it yet?
Good point.
No, I haven't watched season 2, but that. Oh,
man,
Oh.
dude, season
I
2
think the
is
final
like,
episode comes out Friday.
yeah, it comes out
Ooh,
tomorrow. I
gotta
can't
watch
wait,
it.
dude. If you thought season 1 was like
So fucking stupid. It's awesome.
even remotely, yeah, exactly. This is even more like the first episode of the show. He kicks a dude's car so hard that the airbag deploys, and it hits the guy in the face, and it's just like.
It's parked.
Yeah, the guy's like talking. The guy's like talking shit to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
Superman stops the car.
yeah." He like
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
just
yeah.
he kicks the bumper, and the airbag deploys, and it's just like, dude, what?
Yeah, it's like getting hit by a car.
Yeah. The synopsis of that show, if you haven't watched Reacher, is, oh boy, I can't wait to see how Alan Richman punches his way out of this situation, and then he punches his way out of the situation relatively easily, and then you just go, well, nevertheless. And it just and then you just keep going. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal film. Cinema.
He's the Terminator. Modern
Yes.
Terminator.
Yeah, he's
Oh my
literally
God. Dude,
he's a good
If,
Terminator.
if they do a reboot,
dude, he literally is a
like
fucking
literally, yes.
my mom I talk about it every weekend, like when I call her, and she's like, he's just big robot man, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
stomps through everything.
He's
100%.
literally-
That's a great idea. If they do a reboot, a modern reboot, not like the fucking the Sarah Connors reboot that they tried doing, which I heard still wasn't even that bad. He should be the new Terminator.
That's
100%.
fucking hysterical. He needs to be the new Batman for the DCU is what he needs to be.
Well, hold on. Listen, we stand with Robert Pattinson.
Well, no, he's not going to be. I mean, for the DCU ones, not for
I
because the
see.
Robert Pattinson ones are going to stay separate. And don't get me wrong, if they were going to merge them, if they were going to do that, then fine. You know, I think Robert Pattinson is fucking great. But I think if they're going to do a more campy, like beefcake Batman,
I like me some Beefcake Batman.
you know, man, all right. Nothing else from me, nerd. Thanks for coming on again. Appreciate you, Coleman. Thank you for the voicemails as always. We love you very much. Thank you for everybody who was in the chat. Q, Tiggy, of course, Nora. Hope you got home safe. Little Bo Pete, me, and Coleman was also in the chat, and a few other people. This has been whatever number episode it was of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you. Stills 101 says, "Fuck Call of Duty ranked. Mental is gone." That's the last one before the show is over. So we're just gonna let that one marinate, and we'll talk about it maybe next week on the show. But we love you so much, and we'll see you next week.